Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Hope you're lucky enough to be doing it too. Sorry for that sudden burst of volume. I'm Bushka, and this is my PUBG channel. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, stick around. You're going to enjoy yourself. Guarantee it, baby. Every third player wins a prize. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up as I go along. This is a tips and tricks video. It's some of the stuff that I've learned and I wish I'd known when I kicked off my PUBG career, because this is really a first for mobile gaming, this kind of game, in its intensity level and its complexity and its graphical detail and everything. There's been imitators and there's been people out there that have tried and failed to capture the imagination the way the PUBG universe has. But I digress. I want to talk about some of the things that are going to help you actually bring home the flightless bird. The first thing I want to talk about is the disconnect between the reticle on your screen and the actual way the gun is pointing. Let's slow this one down here. Because my gun is below the level of the floor, even though it looks like I can shoot the dude, all I'm doing is shooting the gun up in the air. Now that in patch 4.0 they brought in that little indicator there, the circle with the red dot on it. But that doesn't include all situations. If you slow this down, you're going to see myself and Snake Eyes in a high pressure, end of the game, chicken dinner effort by us as a two-man to win a squad game, putting all our shots into the hill. Why is that happening? Well, I'm going to show you a little graphic in a second that will illustrate perfectly what's going on here. And it is, in fact, one of the biggest reasons for not winning a chicken dinner is this panic mode firing into windowsills, into doorways, into mounds, into anything that's basically in the way of the gun muzzle. And that's exactly what is going on here. You have two separate entities. You have the sight on the top of the gun, the iron sights, whatever. You have the reticle in the middle of the screen. You can see that white cross that I have in the middle of the screen with a dot in the middle. That's called the aiming reticle. And that is represented by the red line there. The gun muzzle is represented by the green line. They are at different planes. So one is above the other. So when you actually fire into somewhere that is visible for the reticle, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is visible for the muzzle of the gun. So you get situations where you're looking over the top of a mound, like Snake Eyes and I were in that recent loss, and you're firing away merrily, and all your bullets are just thumping into the dirt, and you're doing absolutely nothing to nobody, and you come second because you were bad and you panicked. You can get around this when you're in windows and things by quite simply standing up. The windowsills are at such a level that not many of them are capable of being fired over when you are prone or kneeling down. So your best bet is to actually stand up, take your shot, and duck back into cover. That's where your pro lean skills and everything come around, and that's all well and good. Now that's very simple, and most people have learnt this from trial and error. But I still do it sometimes when I'm panicking and when I'm doing really under the pump, when I'm under pressure. The second one I want to talk about is if you're in a squad of 2 people or more, and you've got one target, for God's sakes, flank. Both of you coming at them from the one direction is going to absolutely get yourself killed. What you want to do is this. I'm with my mate Young Hitter Trapper, otherwise known as It's Too Sneezy in this game. He is going to lock the target in. You're going to see he's going to chuck some smoke and he's going to engage him in a firefight. And you'll see people who are actually on Discord or voice comms do this all the time. And it's really useful, where one will basically make the hit point trade. They'll go in and they'll start hit point trading with the target behind cover. And then the other member of the team will move around to the flank and get free shots into the side of that target while he's engaged with his teammate. And that's exactly what's happening here. It's Too Sneezy is drawing the fire. He's throwing the smoke. He's getting all the shots and trading with this guy behind the tree. And then I just simply walk around the side of the building and get a bunch of free shots into the side. And it is a chicken dinner for us. Lots of people don't do this. Lots of people actually come screaming at you dead on. I'm going to show you a good example of that here. Now, there's 2 things going on here. One is that this is an entire squad versus me. So I know they're all coming from the one direction. That's great. Second thing that's really important here is that I am below the level of the horizon. Why is that cool? Because PUBG is really interesting the way the mechanics work. If you are above someone, it is very hard to see over the ridge of the hill. And you can see there's a little dip just in front of me. So it's really easy for me to see people. And you're going to see there's a guy up there with his head just poking over the top of the hill. I don't know if you can see it very clearly. He can't see down over the edge of the hill easily, but I can very easily see up. And because I am able to see everyone situated against the skyline, then it's really, really easy for me to take shots and get them and drill them. They know where I am, but they didn't flank, they didn't move around, they came straight down the hill towards me, outlined themselves against the horizon, and it was an easy job for me to pick them off one at a time. And that's something a lot of squads don't do, because not everyone's in voice comms. One more thing, and I'm not going to be, there's so much to do, and there's so many of these videos I'm going to be doing, little tricks, little tips, little things just to help you survive. If you hear a vehicle coming, just lie down. Like, it's not hard. If you're standing up, then they're going to see you. So you hear a vehicle coming, no, lie down. Much easier. And then you get to shoot them as they're going past, all that kind of thing, and that's all well and good. Now, there's two other parts to this that I want to really illustrate. One is you're going to see a whole bunch of guys come at us over this hill. Every time I'm not firing, I'm sitting down, and then I stand back up, take my shots, aim for the head, lie back down, I knock that guy, stand up, take my shots, lie back down. Excellent. And we've cleared him. Then I go back and I resurrect Snake. But I want to show you one thing here. Snake gets hit. I don't just immediately go back to try to revive. Clear the other guys first. If you don't clear the other guys first, then I guarantee you, while you are trying to revive them, they're going to kill you. So make sure you clear the danger first and then go for the revive. Okay? I've seen so many humans get wrecked by trying to revive in the middle of a firefight, and all I do is push. As soon as that happens, I push. It's like a free kill. But all that aside, I want to talk about some of the more simple stuff. Reading the game, like just reading what's going on in the game. Now, you might have seen at the top right-hand corner of the screen on minimap, you can see little bullets, little shells popping up there. That is the direction that someone is firing. Like, someone is firing from my east. That's all there is to it. There's also someone throwing Grens in a little bit to the northeast. There's a lot of firefights going on down here, but we don't have a choice. The circle is down there. We've had poor circle management thus far, and we've come into the circle from a really bad direction. Why is it a bad direction? Because we're going down a hill into a circle rather than crawling up a hill into a circle. Crawling up a hill into a circle is a lot easier than going down a hill into a circle, because anyone below you can see you very, very easily as you are spread out across the horizon. And you also have an issue with rendering, which I'll get to in just a second. There is a reason I'm going down this little ditch in the field. I've had shots pop up on my left. That's a Gren. Someone's throwing Grens down there to the northeast. I've had someone firing directly east of me. Between those two, this is the best option. And I don't want to crawl down through the grass for a reason that I will get to in just a second. You can see the little circle with the red line drawn through it. That's obviously meaning that when I'm on those slopes going upwards and downwards, I cannot use my scope. There is no way that I can hit things while I am facing down there because the gun is pointing into the ground. So it's not a great firing position, but it's a great position for being alive. And you've got to use the game and manage the actual map to figure out where the most likely successful point of ingress is. Now, the reason I'm going down there too is because over 150 meters away, you'll generally not render things like grass and the wheat and the corn in the field. So that turns a bloke who thinks he's completely hidden there in the thick corn of the field outside Slinky Pachinky into a bloke who is literally just two mates kneeling in a field having a chat. And it turns out really poorly for them, obviously. So I hate cornfields, particularly because they are wide expanses of let's get wrecked. Now you can see he's still alive. He's knocked, but he's not dead yet. That means there's someone else from his squad still around there. This is the info the game is giving you. So that bloke over there, this is further down the trench. He's knocked. He's not dead. If he had no squad mates left, he would not get knocked. He would just be instantly killed. Because he was knocked and not instantly killed, and he was on his knees crawling around, I am now very, very wary of that area over there to the east of me. And so I am looking for opportunities. Now there is a bloke in a cornfield who is not rendering the grass, and he is next to where the other bloke was that I just knocked, and he's dead. That's because the game told me that there was a squad member still alive on the map. The map was very small, and that he was likely going to be out next to the spot where I shot the previous dude. That's information that the game's telling you. I'm processing that, and I'm moving on. I knocked that guy back there. Let's look at that again. Let's look at that again. So I've knocked Masiaro PG, right? But he's not dead. So I have to go over to my right here to the east and help Chappos out. He gets into a firefight, and we clear this guy. But I know that back there in Pachinki is someone, okay? At least one more person than Masiaro. At least two people. So after we clear this firefight, the first thing I'm doing is going back to look into the town area, because I don't want to get walked up on by 2 blokes, 3 blokes, 4 blokes, or girls, and wrecked. And I can see in the distance, crossing the road, there are 2 figures. One of them would be Masiaro that I just knocked out. The other one would be his partner, or her partner. We move on through the game. I'm still looking to the north. I am expecting to see them there, and I saw one of them leap over that area, that low incline. I've not seen any Masiaro was killed by anyone pop up in the kill spam, so I'm expecting that Masiaro is there with Masario's partner. And absolutely, Masiaro is there. This is the kind of thing, the game tells you this stuff. It absolutely tells you this stuff. If you pay attention to it and you watch, you will get a lot more kills and you will die a lot less often. And there's the Gregory goes down. This is the kind of thing that I find very frustrating when I'm playing with auto matchmaking and I get players with me who like drive around the map when there's no need to drive around the map, because if you're in a car, everyone can see you. There's these simple things that PUBG just, it tells you, it lets you know about. And if you ignore what the game is telling you, you won't be around for very long. Anyway, there's going to be a lot more of these videos. There's so many opportunities to help lessen the massive learning curve that is absolutely part of PUBG. And my motto on my other channel, my mission statement is help the humans. And I just want to make sure that new players, particularly to the game, have the same kind of opportunities to do well quickly as players who've been around for a while and have learnt from their experience. Anyway, guys and girls, thanks so much for watching. Look after yourself, stay safe in the battlefield, and bye for now.